Hey everyone, this is Jasmine. I'm a Reiki and Mental Alchemy practitioner. My Instagram handle is Alchemist, and if you would like to find out more about me, I'm gonna leave my details below so you can check my stuff out. I'm just gonna jump on here to do a little vlog because yesterday was my birthday and it's been quite a crazy week. I have a couple of things going on, and I've been more active on social media, and that's kind of like taking quite a fair bit of my time. But also, I just want to say, like, when I say I'm more active on social media, I'm actually more active on Instagram. So I'm just, still trying to work through being more active and trying a little bit more about like probably storytelling about those little nuggets of what's going on with my life, who am I hanging out with, and stuff like that. So to be honest, I feel a little bit guilty that I've only uploaded one vlog on YouTube this week. I've got some content prepared for my next video, which is I'm going to share all my tips and tricks and my thoughts about manifesting what you want, manifesting your desired life. So I wanted to do it this week. I don't know, maybe it's a divine timing or something. I just couldn't find time to do it this week, so that's gonna come out next week. So actually, I've got a few more other stuff that I want to share as well. So the other vlog that I am going to do is on Starseed. It's not gonna be a proper vlog. It's not gonna be a proper YouTube video about me sharing what Starseed is and information and stuff like that. So it's not gonna be like that. It's just that I have some personal experience and personal information that's channeled for me and the people around me, and I would like to just do a vlog on that. And while I was like kind of thinking of what do I want to share today, what are my thoughts, having a little bit of introspection, one of the things that I really want to share is actually to reflect. I think, yes, I want to share as a vlog, so you can if you're interested, you can listen to it. But at the same time, I feel like more of it is for my own introspection, my own reflection. So I just have been thinking of like last year, this time, who am I? What have I been doing? What have I been up to? So basically, last year, I'm already not in my corporate job anymore. I am actually still in the midst of studying my diploma in counseling psychology. I guess I'm almost at the tail end, which was in May, because I started in Jan. It ends around in May, June. I'm at the tail end. And I think at that point, I'm kind of like figuring out what do I want to do. And I feel like I have been to one kind of like my first intuitive reader around that time. It was Yoshi, who practices aura soma. I think it's kind of like a color therapy and color intuitive reading as well. And I've been like sharing with her that I want to start offering stuff. I want to start earning an income, but I have no idea what I can offer. At that point of time, it felt like I just have nothing to offer to the world. I just feel like I'm not good enough. There's no way I can contribute. Nobody's gonna want what I can, whatever I'm gonna put out. I was pretty much in a state where I feel low self-confidence and low self-esteem. And also at the same time, if I were to walk the route of being a counselor, that's probably going to take me some more time to finish studying and getting my postgrad diploma and clocking in all my hours before I'm ready to be a counselor. And that's going to be like a long time. And I just didn't want to be in that state for like a long time. I want to start like gaining experience. I want to start like earning money and stuff like that. And the moment I talked to her about that, she was like, "What are you waiting for? Just put yourself out there. You are ready. you just have to offer yourself out there. Like, people will want what you're offering, people will want what you're doing. So I think at that point of time, I have this very cookie cutter mindset, cookie cutter conditioning, and feel like I need to have certain skill. Like, it's not about selling myself, or rather it's not about offering myself to the world, but it's more of like offering a service, offering a skill of certain sort. And at that point of time, I feel like I have none. And I never ever saw it in a way of like I can offer myself to the world. And she was like, you can offer Reiki, like you know Reiki, you can offer Reiki. And I feel like I picked up Reiki just because I chanced upon it. Like, I was like, okay, this feels great. You know what? Just let me go learn. Just let me go, upskill myself. I have no idea. And obviously, it turned out to be great because I've been practicing almost diligently 1 hour for every single day. I don't know, since 2 years ago, I would say 1.5 years and 2 years ago, and it has accelerated my spiritual progress, my healing journey, like so much. But at that point of time, I wasn't thinking it like that. I was just like I was in a state of thinking I have nothing to offer the world. I don't know how to earn an income. I don't know what I can offer to kind of like sustain myself. And she was the first person to help me see through, kind of like, you have Reiki, you can offer it to the world. And I'm like, there are so many other people doing Reiki. Like, what makes me so special? What makes these people want to come to me? Like, there is so much competition, so many people doing this. Like, what makes me special? And she's like, of course, as an intuitive reader, she kind of like read into my vibe, maybe read into my future a little bit, and it's just like, you have people who have soul contract with you, who's like waiting for you to teach them, who's like waiting for you to just share yourself with them and, offer whatever you can to them. Like, these people are waiting for you, and the first step that you need to take is to put yourself out there. I feel like she planted a seed in my mind because I feel like that was the point where everything starts to change, starts to shift. I mean, yes, I have been seeing a therapist for like the longest time, way before last year this time. But I felt like that speech, that stuff that she shared with me was exactly what I need at that point of time, even though I was, not exactly sure what she was talking about, because my mindset about like the cookie cutter mindset was so ingrained in me. But yeah, that was a shift. And also at that point of time, I feel like I was in between wanting to be a mainstream counselor and also wanting to be, full on spiritual, having spiritual offerings, and just so because of the people that I've been meeting, some of the teachers included, while I was still in the midst of my studies last year, I felt so disappointed. And so just no other word except for disappointed of the mindset, the intention of these people in the class, that I just had this feeling of, if I were to kind of like follow these people's footsteps, I may not be able to help as many people, or rather as with the information that I genuinely feel like it is what people need. It is what people like how it can actually support people. Like, I feel like whatever I have to offer lay right in between psychology, especially depth psychology, and also spirituality, which is probably what Yang Yan is teaching, what Yang Yan is doing. But at the same time, also there are like so many little bits from both counseling and also spirituality that's gonna like help us all. I'm still, trying to incorporate everything into my system. And last year, I feel like I have obviously more clarity now, having been through so much, having learned so much. But last year, I was just like, kind of like traumatized with what I have encountered and what I've experienced in class, that I've decided to, you know, dive full on into spirituality and disregard whatever counseling site was teaching. And that kind of like, yeah, I feel like my journey kind of like started last year this time. And then when I start to reflect back, right, it just felt like a really crazy journey, because I feel like up until a certain age, I am no longer excited about my birthday. And also at the same time, I feel like I don't have much to reflect on. I mean, like day to day, month on month, year on year, it just always felt like the same old thing, because I have been in the same old conditioning, doing the same old thing. The things that I experienced was very limited. Like it was my husband. I just go to work, and because I was in finance, right? Whatever I experience and I deal with from month to month is always the same thing. There is like maybe just budgeting once a year. It's again almost the same thing, and then life feels a little boring. Life feels a little mundane, that I start to look out for things to spark my life, make me a little bit happier. And this is how I got into climbing. This is how I got into yoga. And I'm really grateful that I found this avenue to like really keep me fit. And also I would say like practicing mindfulness like through sports like this really helped me, and which is why like I'm still practicing them till today. But at the same time, like when I was working, it just felt really boring. There is no spark to my life. I need extra effort, like for example, I don't know, having a special day out, going to Universal Studio, going to a theme park, having my travels once a year, twice a year, so that I have something to look forward to. Like I need extra effort to kind of like keep the spark alive in my life, to make me feel like I want to continue living. But ever since I quit my job, and ever since I have decided to put my offering out there, which is I probably started putting my offering out there around like July or August last year. But I feel like last year this time was like kind of like my turning point for me. Was like, okay, this is the time I need to, you know, put myself out, show myself up into the world. And when I start to look back, especially this year, start to reflect back the journey, it's been really incredible. And like I say, in the past, when I see myself year on year, when I like look back, I am almost the same person, probably older with more wrinkles, and I don't know, maybe more bitterness, because I'm just so like I lost the spark in my life. Not to say like ever since I embarked on this journey it's all rainbows and unicorns. In fact, I feel like there are probably more darker times that I am comfortable with, but it has been so rewarding. Also, it has been mind-blowing how much I learn, how much I expand. I just feel like a totally different person from who I am last year, which I have not really felt before in my previous years. So before like jumping onto this video, I was like, I always have like a little mental prep of like what am I going to talk about, and I start to reflect the year. And of course, I feel like an entirely different person because of all of the things that I have encountered, I've experienced, I've been through. So to recall, I feel like I had my, again, so because of starting my own offering, right? The first time of like, you know, thinking of a name, thinking out of a logo, what name should I use? What is my mission? What is my vision? How am I gonna stand out as like a Reiki practitioner? Doing out my website, and then how like choosing the colors, like as easy as like this little details. Like these are all my first experiences, because when I used to work for someone else, it's always someone else's choice, it's someone else's decision. And even when sometimes like I have the kind of like I've been tasked to make some decisions. Again, I need somebody else's approval. This is the first time I made all of the decisions for myself. And of course, like while I'm making all of this decision for myself, it comes from a space of like being unsure, not knowing how it's gonna turn out. There's a lot of like uncertainty, a lot of worries, a lot of anxiety, and sometimes I like fall into depression because it just felt like things are not gonna work out. And of course, like in the midst of it, there are like really worries about money, and then it really triggered an ego death, which was the first ever ego death that I experienced. I should probably make an episode talking about this along the way because it's just so unique and of course really excruciatingly painful, I have to say. I feel like I've experienced almost a week or like slightly less than a week, and I feel like I went through the whole, it's like a mini version of like I kind of like felt numb. I was extremely worried, and then anxiety kicked in, and then depression kicked in, and then slowly picking myself up, and then slowly see the spark again, and see like, hey, maybe there's some reason to be being alive. Maybe there's like, I'm gonna find joy again. And throughout that 4 or 5 days, I couldn't stop crying. But at the same time, I'm so detached. I not say so detached, or rather, I have the ability to detach from my emotions, my narrative, while experiencing all of that in my body. I watch and witness and observe all of these things happen at the same time. The experience was so unique, but again, so painful. I emerged from the other end feeling like a different person, and it just comes like in a very short period of time. And then again of like, okay, so worried about money, going through my ego death, pick myself up, rejig myself, so worried that I have nothing much to offer. In fact, I started offering my 1 hour Reiki services with just $11. Now I think back, I just couldn't believe myself that I actually started offering it for $11. It is entirely, totally not a fair energy exchange because I put in so much effort, so much energy, like Reiki itself. Like, I didn't know then. Probably it did improve over time as well. Like, it was so powerful, it was so profound, it was so much that it is definitely worth more than $11. But it says a lot about my state of confidence, my state of like self-worth and self-esteem then. And also like there was like just tons and tons of it going on at the start of the year. And along the way, so many people was like telling me that, you know, you need to put yourself out in social media. You have this thing in your chart that you are meant to, you know, show up. At a point of time, I feel like people who are on social media are like basically superstar. They are like basically celebrity. People like me are not meant to be on YouTube. I'm not a celebrity. In fact, I feel like I'm like in social setting, I just even couldn't bring myself to get any attention to actually speak up. Like, this was my self-esteem. This was my self-worth. And I started, like, even people seeing me doing like YouTubes right now, doing videos right now, putting myself out on Instagram, I still get haters, I still get projections, I still get tons of stuff. But I feel like the gist of what I'm trying to say like is, I didn't start all of this thing feeling very sure, feeling very confident, feeling like everything's gonna turn out well, and it knows what I'm doing. To be fair, most of the time, I have no idea what I'm doing. I still feel like my videos are not perfect. I still feel like I'm rambling, and to be honest, I don't know why people are like watching my videos sometimes. I'm just rambling. I'm just a normal person. I don't know if the things that I share have value or not, But I'm really, really, really grateful, and sometimes I even like feel like so surprised. People actually want to watch my video. People actually wants to listen to me. Like especially the few of you who, comment and show your appreciation or show your support. It means so much to me because sometimes I still cannot believe it. And I feel like the main reflection for me was like, I don't have to wait for myself to be entirely sure to start anything, to do anything. Somebody once told me this, start anything or do anything with a mind of curiosity, from a state of curiosity, from a state of exploration and wanting to experience. And if it doesn't pan out, maybe it's just meant for you to experience it, to explore it. And sometimes, it could just jolly well work out. Like a lot of things, like I wouldn't say like I'm in a, tip-top form, or like I'm like considered successful in any way, because sometimes I still feel like I'm not getting enough clients, I'm not getting enough sessions, I couldn't even sustain myself. But again, I wouldn't have been this person right now if I haven't taken any actions, if I would have let my doubts and my worries and my like state of uncertainty stop me, I wouldn't be here right now. So I feel like that's the biggest reflection. And also I'm applauded by how different I am this year from last year. And I just couldn't imagine if I were to continue being in this state. Granted, like external wise, it may not look very different to some people, but internally, who I am at my core, it just keeps shifting, and sometimes I feel like even I'm amazed by myself, even I'm amazed by what is going on inside of me. Probably ramble too much right now. Thank you for watching. This is Jasmine. I'm a Reiki and Mental Alchemy practitioner. If you like what you hear, if you are interested to know more about me, or just curious about the content I share, you can like and subscribe my video, and you can check me out with the information that I left below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really, really grateful, and see you guys next time. Bye!